Hello, hello, hello. Sarah Richardson, cheerleader for the divine. I feel it. I feel everything you guys feel. Trust me. I just did the funnest thing. I just did exercise ball yoga. Mm, it was delicious. Clearing out the energy, like what? That's what I've been doing. I've been going through my house, getting rid of stuff, clearing out the spaces. I know everyone's feeling this super intense energy. I'm with you, team. I've had a lot of people recently talking a lot about curses, a bunch of different things together: curses, boundaries, relationships, and trauma. It's been coming up huge for a lot of people. I get it, guys. I get it, guys. I talk about these things because I went into these things inside of me. We have a power inside of us. Hello, beautiful. I know that curses and trauma and when you hear boundaries and relationships, like those are words that are kind of make us be like, don't really want to go there. I know, I get it, I get it, I get it. And so I have a meditation that I want you guys to do with me real quick. Let's close our eyes together and take some deep breaths together, okay? So just close your eyes. Breath is life, yo, right? So keep your eyes closed a little while and imagine with me. I want you to imagine with me that we're all imagining this together, right? Keep your eyes closed, keep breathing deep, and that we're all very thankful. We're all very powerful together, and I'm thankful for that, right? So let's imagine that inside of us, we have the power to break these generational curses that have been coming up. I know a lot of times when you're in it, and it's wearing you down and it's wearing you out and it's popping you off to the corner of the ring, like you need to take a break, you can't fight anymore, right? And so when you're in that space and you're off and you're away from everything with yourself, I want you to imagine and breathe into you that you do have the power within you to break these generational curses that have been ripping through your family. We all have them. Nobody in this life didn't get generational doo doo that they have to deal with. Curses just makes it sound creepy. But the curse is just like what keeps playing out in your life, in your family's life, that hurts. It's a hurtful energy. It's a low vibrational, dense, thick, fearful energy, right? And so let's imagine that we have the strength to set healthy boundaries, because when you're working on the generational curses, the lower vibrational energy in your patterning, you need strength to set healthy boundaries, because as you're breaking these patterns, your boundaries are going to change, right? And so we need strength. Imagine that we have the strength within us to set these weird, awkward boundaries that don't feel so comfortable, right? Because we do. We do have the power within us to break the curses. Peace, God. Got my seashell. You know that mermaid in me won't let me not. We have the strength in us to set these healthy boundaries, right? And we might mess up a little bit in all of this, and that's okay because there's no wrong way to do it. As long as you're becoming aware of the patterning that's hurting you in your life, then you're fine. Nobody really knows. It's like a science experiment. All the things that I do with myself to try to break these patterns inside of me, they're like science experiments. I'm trying to rebuild new habits through these patternings. Um, you know, I want you to imagine with your eyes closed that imagine you attracting better relationships, because what happens is a lot of times these energetic curses, these energies that run through our ancestral lineage, they have us having relationships, friendships, any kind of relationships, workships that don't feel good, right? And so I want you to imagine relationships that you love with your heart, friendships. Like, for me, for a long time, I've been working on just my girl friendships, like, and they're so amazing now versus where we came from. And so the curses and the patterning, it comes from all of these things. It was like my relationships with women, my friendships with women, those kind of things have been curses in my family, right? This isn't something to be afraid of. That's why I wanted to talk about this stuff, because the curses and the trauma, they run really close hand in hand, because the trauma normally causes the curse, right? Imagine your body's healing from these deep hurts. When I was in my worst place of my life, where my body felt so broken and unable to move or perform or do anything that I wanted to do, I had to imagine myself free of that. I had to imagine the power within me to get myself free of that. I had to set new boundaries in my life to heal from the things that I've been through. This is what we're all doing, and let's do it together, because we're all doing it. Nobody's not doing it. What a lot of people are afraid of is the words, right? Hi, beautiful, can't stay long on break, just wanted to peep in and say hi. I love you. Curses are an energy. Curses are an angry energy, an angry, dense energy. But we have all the power in us to release that old energy and block out any new energy that's coming in our way, right? So I have people talking about curses in all kind of ways. I have them talking about generational curses that they're unaware of. I have them talking about generational curses that they're becoming aware of. I have them talking about generational curses that are affecting them in the now, like they're replaying these patternings and they don't know how to stop them. Do we have patience for the process? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. We are all, curses are nothing but vibrational patternings, right? And vibrational patternings affect every single facet, every single aspect of your life somehow, right? We're vibrationally patterned on how we work. We're vibrationally patterned on how we live, on how we love, on how we grocery shop, on how we holiday, on how we dress, on how we trust, on how we believe, on how we money, on how we sex, right? So you have all these fibers of you that aren't your authentic vibration. They are a vibration that we've carried down, right? And so, this stuff about going in you, it's going in you to figure out your authentic vibration. And then at the same time, you're figuring out this energy that you need to release, and how in the fuck do I do that, right? These are the things that are going on within people, and a lot of people kind of understand it, don't really understand it, but like what we're doing, the vibration on the planet is lifting, and so it's pushing the vibe. It's making us face these curses in our lineage. It's making us face these vibrational patterns that maybe we were ignoring sometimes or could ignore sometimes, right? And now it just seems like we can't really even ignore the shit anymore. Like, it's coming up. If you try to dodge it over here, it's coming up over here. It's coming up for us to be able to release these things so we can live better lives, so we can live in abundance. And abundance looks so different for everybody to your unique vibration. To your life, your day looks so unique to your unique vibration. And a lot of people really need to get in tune with that, and they're not in tune with that because they're running over here and they're going over here and they're here. And a big thing of all of this is to bring it all back into yourself. So I get it, when you go through these curses, it feels real sticky and icky and ooey and gugh, right? But like, you have to bring that into you. You have to like bring that in, like, you know, like your kid was being bad or something. Everyone is clearing out generational curses, but it's old vibrational patterning on the ways we used to live, on the ways we believe that men should treat women, or women should treat men, or women should have kids, or they should rent the house, or the way they doctor, the way that they money, or the way that they have sex, right? And so it's these old patternings, and we're clearing them out to live a more authentic vibration. And so when you're clearing these out, you're changing your routines, right? So as you clear out old vibrations, the energy changes, and then you begin to change. Like, around you changes, inside of you, and you're becoming aware of the patterning in you. And it's the words that we use, right? So like, I've been really going deep into curses, right? And so I went into curses and I wrote down the thing, and it was like basically like a word, an intentional word used to conjure up the supernatural to hurt somebody. 1111. But what I see in curses is the anger and the annoyance and the frustration, right? And so when we're in that state of anger and annoyance and frustration, what are the words we use at that moment? I know this is deep and it's hard to process, and it takes time. And like, when you start to like work on your words, like, then you start to hear everybody else's words and you're like, no, don't say that, speak life, speak good. But just have patience, right? Because it takes time to become aware of your words. It takes time to become aware that the words that we say, right, in anger, in frustration, in these moments where the energy is high, we say those things to other people. But what we don't realize is that keeps us, it comes back to us. What we say out comes back into us. So I don't speak on curses as only if somebody else can place a curse on you. What I want to talk to you guys today about is, what curses do you feel like you're putting on yourself with your words? I can't ever do it. I'm broke. I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm all of these things, right? Yes, those feelings are some really deep feelings. But at the beginning of this video, I asked everybody to close their eyes and imagine strength to break the curses. Imagine the strength to rebuild your boundaries. Imagine that you could heal yourself from your pains, right? And so I'm asking you to imagine the impossible, right? So you're sitting here, you're at a broke place, you're at these things going on or whatever, and you're thinking that that is impossible. When I was sitting there and my knee was hurting and my body was hurting and my body was wrecked with pain, part of it felt impossible to feel better, but I had to keep saying that. And then I caught myself having to say that to like doctors who had scientific proof of why I would not feel better. So I had to say, in that place, I am going to find something. I am going to be better. And I look like the fucking crazy person in the building. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't understand what was happening to me. I didn't even know why I knew to say these things, right? Because the word, your words have so much power. And yes, all of us misuse our words. All of us have a streak of anger, annoyance, frustration with certain things, right? So like, everybody's levels of those things are very different. What pisses one person off doesn't even bother another person. What pisses that person off, that person doesn't even notice, or whatever, right? It's all over the place. So what do you say to yourself What kind of self-sabotaging words are you saying, right? Because before we can go out here and worry about what everybody else is doing to us and all of those things, we need to come in here and bring it in here and worry about ourselves, right? So look at your words. Look at how you use your words with your kids. Look at how you use your words with your friends. Look at how you use your words with your money. Look at how you use your words with your health. This is just for you to do. I'm not saying that anybody is wrong or right. I'm just saying that words hold power. Being able to close your eyes and block everybody out and imagine having things that you don't have, that's powerful. You can do that. We can all do that. What happens with curses is that we're using words that go against our hearts. So we're saying words in our anger, in our annoyance, in our frustration, in our rah, right? But they're going against our heart. And so then that is what clicks and makes that vibrational pattern be weird inside of you. And that's why it doesn't feel good when you're angry. Hello, beautiful. I get it. I've done this to myself, guys. I've done this to myself. I've done this my whole life. It's something that I'm still actively working on right now. And it's something that came up to me to get down deep and bring it out to you guys. Because I really do believe that curses are angry words that someone put on our ancestors, that our ancestors believed them to be true, believed that this could happen. And so therefore it is. Everyone's beliefs are real to them. Everyone's beliefs are very real to them. And I'm not here to change anyone's beliefs ever. I'm here to get you to trust free thinking, to trust to go inside of yourself for answers, to trust to go inside of you to ask for protection, right? The offensiveness, the anger, the annoyance, those things come from trauma. They come from the things that you've been through, the things that you don't have any tolerance for. You have to figure out inside of you why. And how do you figure that out? You have to nurture that anger. You have to nurture that anger. And do I know it's hard? Yes. I've been a beast out here, and I've had to nurture my anger. And as I nurture my anger, then I meet new friends that help me to nurture that anger in me even deeper. So as we release, it releases in layers. And as it comes back in, it comes back in layers too, right? Just be in your now. Be right here where you are. If you're having a good day, good. Shout out to everybody who drives SUVs and vans and everything with these gas prices. Shout out to you guys. I'm sending you so much love today. And I see a lot of people just getting angry and annoyed with just gas prices alone. And I get it. They're high. It sucks. It dips into your money. It dips into your whatever, your routine, right? You know, let that gas price thing, that anger thing, let that be something that helps you to get inside of yourself. You know, the universe, God is always dropping you nuggets all around the place that are like, here, get inside of yourself. But if we are taking them as like, oh my gosh, like the world is attacking me, then that's how we're taking them. We're not really learning from them, right? Curses need love. Your anger is a curse. It needs love. Your offensiveness is a curse. It needs love. The annoyance is a curse. It needs love. It's all through us, right? You could be repeating these curses. You feel it. You can't stop it. You don't know how to fix it. You feel like you've done everything to fix it. You have tried the opposite things, all of these things that you've done in your life, and it's still not fixed. It needs more love. It needs more love. That's where the patience of this all comes in, because it's not up to us. It's not up to us, any of this, right? I mean, we have the power within us to do the things that we need to do, but it's not up to us when it happens, when it comes in, when it sorts itself out. You know, clear out your body, clear out your home. Do something to show the universe that you're trying to clear out your old energy to make room for the new things that you want to bring in. You're trying to clear out this old energy of curses to bring in more blessings into your life. Imagine that. You imagine that, how you need to imagine that for yourself. Start loving on the meanness in you. Start loving on the anger in you. Start dissecting what aggravates you. When you have things that come up, if you really start dissecting it, sometimes you feel really silly. I mean, sometimes you feel like you have every right? But then sometimes you feel really silly. The whole thing is you want to get into the root of that offensiveness. You want to get into the root of that anger and that annoyance for whatever that is, so you can flow. Because all the curse does is energy that's affecting you in a negative way. It's hurting you in a negative way. It's creating disease in your energy flow in your body. You can break these. You can break these within yourself. You can be determined. Maybe you don't know how, right? Ask how. Know that I'm going to break this in my life. So this hasn't worked through time and time again in my family. I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it in a healthy way, because what a lot of people have been trying to do, like our parents, right, is they've been trying to break curses, but a lot of them went like complete opposite, and that doesn't break the curse. You have to neutralize the energy. You have to neutralize the anger. You have to neutralize the offensiveness. How do you neutralize that? You love on that part of you. As you start to love on those parts of you, start to realize everybody out here has those things about them. Where, yeah, they might be love and light, but fuck you in the name of love too, right? That's inside of us. And then, boundaries keeps coming up and up and up and up and up. And so some people, will say all different kind of things, because we're all working on boundaries, because it's a vibrational patterning that our boundaries are a vibrational patterning. We boundary the way we were taught to boundary, or from a trauma space, from a PTSD space, right? Now, PTSD boundaries are not healthy boundaries. They're normally like a bomb shelter. They're blocking everything off from you. So when you're clearing out these old vibrational patterns, boundaries will be a thing that comes up. So in all the people that I work with, boundaries is a huge thing that comes up, and it's very different for everybody. But if you can, talk to your friends about boundaries. Talk to people that are setting healthier boundaries in your life. Notice the other people that are out here that are setting healthier boundaries. Learn from them, their vibration of how they do that. It takes time. You have to be patient with this, right? So a curse is a vibrational pattern. To break the vibrational pattern, we must change our routines, right? So everybody thinks that breaking these curses is something that you have to go to the witch doctor for and all of these other things. And I'm here to tell you that it's all in you. If you need help, I totally get it, but it's all in you. To break the vibrational pattern, you change the routine of you. You change the way your vibration feels inside of you. Sometimes that means doing drastic things or subtle things. One thing can help to start to change your routine. To stay strong in changing your routine and changing your vibration, you must put up boundaries. You must do things different. And it's like a science experiment. We're all out here trying different things and see what works, how it works, what it goes. If we have to say we're sorry, we say we're sorry, right? So, putting up boundaries sometimes looks a little like this. I can't always be available to you. I know in the past I've always been available to you, but I ran myself to no energy, and I can't always be available to you. This, that, or the other thing. That can cover a lot of things. Changing the way you react to certain things. So some people only say certain things to you to get a certain reaction because that energy has been going on, the dynamics between you for a long time. So when you change your vibration, a lot of times you change your reaction. Then the reaction from the person that was trying to get a reaction is a different reaction. You see what I'm saying? So then that's where you'll have the of boundaries. They'll say, I don't know, I don't really like this new you. Oh yeah, I'm sure, but I do. So I love you. If you know, the only thing that we owe people out here is love. We don't owe anybody explanations of anything that we're trying to do out here, but you can tell them. I've been saying to people, I'm trying to change my vibration. I'm trying to heal myself. I'm trying to change my frequency. I'm trying to change the things that I attract in my life. Vibrations will be changing as you start to sit with these curses, vibrational patterns, and nurture them and love them. Vibrations will automatically change. And so then what happens in relationships when vibrations change is sometimes it feels like you're not even there with that person anymore. And that hurts. And I know. And I get it. And I love you. And then that could fall into the vibrational curses. That could fall into the trauma. Oh my gosh, my family did this. I was supposed to keep it together. I'm a piece of shit. Then it goes into the words. What are the words that you're saying to yourself? That's why we really have to slow down and be with ourselves and really get to know ourselves and really get to know the things that we're saying out loud or inside, right? Becoming aware. You will need to build healthy relationships when you're working on your vibration, because we can't just let people come in and disrespect us. But then we have to learn the difference between, okay, is this just my offensiveness? Is this just my anger? Is this just my annoyance? Or is this really something where I need to work on like respect boundaries, right? Because there's a fine line between all of that. And only you know for you. So as you build your relationships, as you build your energy, your vibration, then you build boundaries. As you build boundaries, then your relationships get better. As you clear out the old, you start to attract the new. Trauma comes up all the time, right? And much of the trauma comes from the words. Much of the trauma comes from the words. The words are what a lot of people are playing back. The words is what the kids are playing back. I just watched a thing before I got on here about this little girl that people used to always say words to her that she was too big and too fat and too this and too that. And she was explaining how the words stuck to her. Like, and it wasn't like just straight up like mean words. It was just the vibration of them were like, oh, you should wear a dark dress. Oh, she eats a lot. Oh, you're big for your age. Oh, I got you the biggest size. Like things like that, right? And that kept playing in her life. And that when she changed her words that she said to herself, her weight just automatically started to change. And that's what people call magic, but it's not magic. It's changing the vibration in you just by simply changing your words. I didn't used to say, oh, hey, love, to everybody. That was part of me changing my words. I didn't used to always say thank you. I didn't used to always say, hey, could you please help me with something? I didn't used to always say certain things that I said, and I had to retrain my word routines. And that's a process. That's not just something that you're going to change overnight. That's going to be something to say, oh, hey, shit, when I get mad, I say this, this, and this. All right, how can I change my words against that? All right, so when you're not mad, then you sit there and you put love on the anger. You don't try to justify the anger. You don't try to avoid the anger. You don't try to beat yourself up about it. You need to put love toward the anger. Put love toward whatever is annoying you. You know, curses come from angry, aggravated, mean words. And it doesn't matter who wants to really spit them out, because it's going to come back to them. That's how universal law works, right? So yeah, if you believe it, it might come to you if you give it any kind of clout, right? But that's just like seeing a black cat. That was another thing I did very young. I saw a black cat and I was like, oh shit, that means good luck. I'm about to make a lot of money. And in time, every time I see a black cat, like I get some kind of like monetary blessing. And it's funny because we think that other outside influence have something on us, that somebody could curse us in a way that could affect the way that we operate and do things in our lives. But it's about our belief of that, our belief and our words of that. If we give power to that, then yes, that will be able to come in and take from us, right? But if we decide, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that anymore, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to heal that, and I'm going to fix that, you can also do that too. You know, there's so many things that we could do to heal ourselves. But one of the biggest things that you could do is start speaking some greatness into your life. You know, in the morning when I wake up and I come down and I write in my journal, I don't even know what the day is hitting for. Today it started snowing here. As we all know, Sarah does not really like that, right? So I had to hit it like double hard. I was like, oh my God, thank you for the sun. Thank you for the beach. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for warm seats. Thank you that I can go on vacation really whenever I really want to. Thank you that my house is clean and organized, because, you know, sometimes the snow will aggravate, right? I swear, I'm like supposed to be in the tropics. I'm like supposed to be Moana, and I'm here and I'm cold. And then my baby is like, you've been saying that you're going to move to the beach for a long time, and every time we go, you never buy a house. I'm like, I know, because it has to be perfect. Creation is a crazy fun process. Working on yourself is a crazy fun process. Learning that the curses aren't all as creepy and bad as they seem. They're just vibrational patterns that are keeping you stuck against what your heart wants. It's not stuck. You might actually be doing good, right? But it's against what your heart wants. So it's like, I make all this money and I'm still not happy. I have the dream husband, I'm still not happy. I have my kids and I'm still not happy. We travel the world and I'm still not happy. Because it's inside of us. It's inside of us. You know, I was talking to somebody I love dearly yesterday, and she was telling me how she's been getting sad at night, and like it just like rolls up like a snowball. And I was like, all right, well, you know, when you become aware that you're like getting sad, I want you to automatically think of 5 things that you love. And so she texted me, you know, 1, then 2 more, then a couple more. She took a couple deep breaths. She was like, that does feel better. I'm about to go watch some funny videos. And that is the power that is within us. We have the power to choose what we're going to think about and dwell on. We have the power to choose how long we stay stuck in something. We have the power to choose whether we believe what another is believing. We don't have to fight. I don't have to fight anybody who believes differently than me. I let them have their beliefs, and I have my beliefs. And if you respect my beliefs, I respect your beliefs, and then we're cool. We don't have to, when you love yourself, when you fall in love with yourself, you're not looking to change someone's belief patterns. You know, you don't have to believe what everybody believes either. You can make it your way. You can make it how it makes sense to you. You know, nobody in the world was saying that black cats brought them money but me. And every time I see a black cat, I get some extra money. For real. I say all the time, I get front row parking. I didn't used to always get front row parking. I always used to get it in the backpack. And I'm like, I always get front row parking. And now it's so funny because even my baby is like, Mom, you always get front row parking. And I'm like, yes. And so when we start to speak this way, and then we start to speak this way to our kids, then we have more momentum of blessings. Then we have more, hello, beautiful. Then we have more beautiful things growing with the seeds of the words that we're saying on earth. I believe that all of this, the curses, all of it is wording. All of it we can go in and change with our wording. All of it we can just love on our wording a little bit, right? So don't take it so bad. If you're laying down and you really feel terrible, use your wording to get you up. use your wording to give you strength to get up, to heal, to know, to learn, to be guided on the path, to know what the guidance is trying to tell you. I love you guys because we're all connected. I mean, this stuff goes a lot deeper than what I was talking about, but I know a lot of people are walking around here like afraid. And it's not anything to be afraid of. It's not anything that you have to run from. It's really actually something that you have to like grab it up and be like, come on, we're not gonna be run by you anymore. We're gonna love you up to pieces so you never run my life anymore, right? Because I think that that's what happens with these curses and stuff, and that's what makes people feel so it's like it feels like it's running your life. It feels like you don't have any power, when in all actuality the power is within you. There is a power in your belief system. There is a power in your imagination. There is a power to the words that you say, externally or internally. You're way more powerful than you think. And I think that that's why we're all here together. And I think that that's why we're all learning to communicate and talk to one another about these things. Because I do believe that we need each other's help to get to a place of joy, happiness, and peace. That's why we're all here. That's why we're all connected. That's why if we would really let go of the anger and the annoyance and the frustration, we would really start to see that we really are all the same. We all have these traumas. We all have these curses. We all have this dense energy. We all need to release it. We all need to say better words. We all need to think better thoughts, right? And we're coming out of a lot of things, you know. The generational curses could be in your friendships, could be in your love lives, could be in your money, could be in any aspect of your life, and that's where you want to go in. You want to just like dive right into the wave of that in you. Dive right in when you're angry to yourself. Learn to love yourself in that place. See what got yourself to respond those ways to those things. And then, you know, when you start talking and bringing stuff up and things like that, the universe has a really cool way of showing you, like, hey, this has been going on for a long time in your family, and you're the one that's coming to change it. I love you because we're all connected. You know, it's all about really what's in our hearts. And a lot of people are really, really blocked off to the heart. And that's from, you know, the generational curses in love from the beginning of time. But, you know, I have to believe through that because I want good love in my life. I want a good man in my life that I can trust and love with everything I have, right? And so I have to see through all the things, just like the doctors telling me that my knee would never get fixed. I had to see through that right in front of their faces. I have to see through that right in front of you guys' faces. All the bad, terrible things that have stirred up for me, all the things that have come on my plate, all the things that I've had to get real about and start to love about me, it gets easier and easier and easier to believe in that thing that I see that I've never seen before. It's very rare that you see healthy love out here, because a lot of people are holding a lot of old hurts. And so, you know, they might be like healthy, like, I don't know, 60-40 or something, but that unhealthy is scary sometimes. And that's the anger. And that's the emotions. And that's why I really do feel like, you know, in your feelings and your emotions, that's where we store all of the things. So that's the area that feels like it's cursed the most. The womb space, the feelings, the creativity, the connection, you know, the feeling, the actual feeling yourself, knowing, you know, when things get chaotic, can you imagine, even though you can't see it, that it will bring you to peace? That maybe it got chaotic because you were settling for less than what you deserve, and that there's peace through the chaos? Can we believe those things? Can we say those things to us? Can we speak those things to our children? Can we say those things to our friends? That's what I want to do. I want to create a movement where we're speaking good things to our friends and to ourselves and to our creations and what we're trying to do. I have a lot of friends that are creators, and our conversations are so great because they're talking about the things that they want to create, because they're talking about the things that they love, the things that they want to go great in their lives. And sometimes, every once in a while, you fall off in a conversation. It gets a little, bleh, right? Just bring it on back. Say, hey, we're falling into the pits of the pattern. Did I ever tell you how great you are? Did I ever tell you I love the way you, whatever, make the food, sew the dress, parent the kids, play the whatever, right? Anything. Put love on it. Put love on it with your words. You know, if it's in you and you don't know how to talk to your friends on it, put love on it. Put love on it. Hey, I do this thing in my life where I get angry and I get mean and I get mad and I don't know how to fix it. Can we put some love on it? Because I want to work with that. Because I want to work in that. On that. You know, our intentions really are everything. And a lot of people don't realize that they're running off of old vibrational intentions. Oh, if they say something mean or do something mean to me, I'm going to go ahead and get them back. Who cares? You only care if you care. If you don't care, you don't care. If you care, you have to figure out why you care. You can't just who cares from a place of you care. You have to figure out why you care. Why does that get you angry? Why does that get you annoyed? Why does that get you frustrated? I'm with you guys. I'm doing this with you. I really am. And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about our words. Let's put good words. You know, when I sit in the morning in my journal, I put good words on everybody I love. If there's something specific going on, I put some good words on that. You know, I had to talk to my nephew about saying good words. I'm talking to these kids all the time about, you know, it's funny. Kids pick it up young. My daughter's just in kindergarten, and she's coming home, and she's saying these wild things to these people in kindergarten are saying, and I'm like, whoa, where'd you get that from? No, we cannot say that. We cannot say that. Let's change that. And I'm always telling her, girl, we're attracting what we're saying. So let's figure out a better way for this. Don't we want to be great? Yeah, we don't want to be there. We want to be great, right? Let the kids help you have fun with it. All right. I love you because we're all connected. I know a lot of these curses and these traumas are really deep. And I know it's hard for a lot of people. And so I send out a lot of love to anybody who's feeling these curses and these traumas in their lives. I wanted to bring out something that lets you know it's not something to be afraid of. It's something that you have in you to love it up and clear it up and release it up and live the life that you really want to live with your heart. One love.